Hi everybody, it's Melissa from Embellish in Watertown, Wisconsin. I am here today with a card project to make live with you. I love stamping. I've been doing it for over 20 years now, over 19 years professionally, for Stampin' Up, a rubber stamping and scrapbooking supplies company based in Utah. And I'm just having so much fun. So if you're interested in rubber stamping and scrapbooking supplies, I'd be happy to send you one of our paper catalogs. But the best thing you can do is go to lissa.stampinup.net and you will see the entire product line, including online exclusives, new arrivals, clearance rack, and much more. Okay, the catalog is great, but it has a limited number of pages, right? So online is unlimited and you'll be able to see the entire product line. So that's lissa.stampinup.net. And if you'd like to see more of my own personal projects, that's embellishwithlissa.com. All right, let's start today, huh? I have a fancy fold for you today, and I'm calling it the nested front fancy fold, and you'll see why. And not just because I used a nest in my stamped images today, but here is how it works. It is all nested together. Isn't that cute? Oh dear, what do you suppose that is? Chocolate? I would not be surprised. I don't have any chocolate currently, but I'm not surprised that there would be chocolate on my card. Anyway, isn't that sweet? Wishing you so much joy on this special day. And then they have eggs. They're pregnant. So cute. So overjoyed for you in this new journey is one of my very favorite phrases for stamping, and that comes from the cute Everyday Details stamp set. Not only does it have adorable images, it has a really adorable font and fun sayings. So the Everyday Details stamp set is one of those that's not pictured in our catalog. So you're going to want to go to lissa.stampinup.net to see it. And then the papers that I'm going to use today are from the Country Lace collection on page 51 of the current catalog. And again, you can see these all online and look at all the patterns close up, but I'm going to show you the patterns I use today are super subtle, and that's why they're all working together, because we have a lace print here in a basic beige, then we have a tile print here, then we have a cool stripe background here, more of the lace and more of the tile. Okay, but because they're all in shades of basic beige, very vanilla, and basic white, they just all come together, and then the birds really pop out too. So super cute. So Country Lace papers. There's also the Country Woods. If you want to do this with some wood prints, that would be really pretty too. There is a bird themed stamp set that is made to coordinate with these papers, and it's called Country Birdhouse. I just don't happen to have it yet, so I'm using some birds cut from some pattern paper. You may recognize that it was a freebie pattern paper during a long ago celebration, and I have been hoarding that paper like crazy. Every time I hand cut the birds, I cut extras and put them in this baggie so that I can just grab them when I need them. So we're going to use, we want pairs of birds. So I've got 2 pairs of birds and then 1 extra bird for the front cover. Okay. And then, all right, I think we're ready to start. So this card starts off like any other card, right? Just basic. Let me get my pieces organized here. So you need a basic card base of 8.5 by 5.5. That's half of a sheet of 8.5 by 11, right? Your basic card base. And we're going to fold that in half. You can score it too if you prefer. There we go. And we have our basic card base. All right, you still with me? We're going to put that card base, excuse me, in our paper trimmer and cut off part of the front. We're actually going to cut off 2¼ inches from the front of our card. So that will leave us with this little 2-inch wide panel here. Okay? Don't throw this away after you cut it because we're going to use it, but 2¼ is going to get chopped off the front of the card. All right, easy peasy. Then this piece is now 2¼ wide, and we need it to be 4¼ long. So stick that piece back in the trimmer and chop it off at 4 1/4. This is waste, so you can throw that away or put it in your scrap bin. And this is going to be the front panel that goes on the center of our card like that. All right, so we're not wasting that piece we cut off the card front. We're saving it. So that's the card base. Then we need to make this interior card piece, right? And this is all one piece. It's actually, do you recognize it? It's another card nested inside the first one, and it opens backwards. So lefties are going to love this card. So this piece, remember, we need it to be a little bit smaller. So if you look at our original card base, right, this one has a border all the way around the outside edge. So that is 1/4 inch smaller than the first card. So that would be 8 1/4. Nope, that would be 8 by 5 1/4. I'll get it. 8 by 5 1/4. We're going to score it at 4, or you can just fold it in half too. Get my cutting blade out of the way so I don't accidentally cut it in half instead of scoring in half. Raise your hand if that's ever happened to you. This is me raising my hand. All right, so we made another little card that's just a little smaller than the first card, and we're going to turn it so that the hinge is on the right and glue that down inside our first card. Normally I would say don't glue it down yet until you are completely done stamping, because then if you make a mistake, it's easier to start over. But I want to show you how this card fold comes together so that you don't have to sit there and watch me finish the whole entire card if you don't want to. So I'll show you how the basic part works. So we're gluing the back cover of the second card into the inside back cover of the first card. Okay? So it's all going to be nested together. Then we've got some decorating to do, and this is the fun part. So we've chosen our patterns. Oh, I love it in gray too. What's on the back there? Ah, I could do it in grays. I'm going to do it in the beige though. We're keeping this one simple. You want 2 by 5 1/4. Nope, I'm sorry. 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And that is because this panel that we left on the front of the card is 2 by 5 1/2, right? So the mat would be 1/4 inch less on both sides. So it would be 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. So we've got 2 strips of that to decorate our fun little half front, half cover on both sides. This card has so many areas that you could put pattern paper on. Use your best pattern paper. Cut into that pack because you are going to enjoy it, and you'll be able to see all the coordinating patterns together. Okay, then I've got a little stripe here. And again, these are all from the Country Lace paper pack. I believe it's page 51 in the Stampin' Up! Catalog currently, or you can visit it online at lissa.stampinup.net. Cute. All right, so these pieces are 1/4 inch down from our inside card. Remember how our inside card was a little bit smaller, so this is even 1/4 inch smaller again. So this piece would be 3 3/4 by 5. And we have 2 of them in 2 different patterns. Cute, cute, cute. I hope the patterns are showing up here. I know they're really light, but they're so pretty, and they just add a ton to our project. All right, that is the basic card. That is the basic nested fold once you get your front panel put on. And I guess I forgot to cut the piece for that. So let me see what I've got here for scraps. So we know this piece is, oh good, I have plenty. We know this piece is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, right? We cut that off the front of our card. You can see how it was cut off, and we threw away this little bit. So we need a piece that's 2 by 4. You probably have a ton of scraps, but I would say when you're looking at your scraps, pick ones that are a very light pattern for this piece, because if you remember our sample, we stamped our sentiment directly on it. So if your paper is really busy for this piece, you may want to, let me grab something out of here. This is where I keep all my extra little die cut bits that I didn't use on a project, because then I can just grab them. You may want to put your sentiment on a piece to pop it up from the background paper if this paper is really busy. But on purpose, I chose a very subtle print for the back so that I could stamp directly on this one. All right, so we're gluing that pattern paper to the panel. So cute. And then that is going to get adhered. Actually, let me stamp it first. Just in case, right? Wishing you joy on this special day. There we go. Stamped that in Pebbled Path, which is my favorite dark gray. And I'm going to use some mini glue dots to kind of build a little adhesive up just on the one side. I'm using quite a few mini glue dots because they're small and the area of the adhesive is equally small. So if you're using regular dimensionals, you could just put like 3 along there, but since these are mini ones, I'm putting a whole bunch. You may be like, oh, that's an overkill. Yeah, sometimes it is overkill. I'm a lot, I admit it, but this time it's on purpose because I need it to stay. It needs to be strong, and since they're mini ones, they aren't as strong as the full-size dimensionals. So, and I'm not using mini ones for any particular reason here. That's just what I happen to have going on my desk currently. I try to use up whole sheets before I start new sheets. Cute! It's cute already, and we haven't even decorated it yet. All right, let me cap my glue here before we have a glue incident. I took some of the matching basic beige ribbon. Talk about boring. I was like, beige, when this new color came out, I was like, why do we need beige? That's ridiculous. I use it all the time now. And I thought, okay, well, I'll never order the beige ribbon because that's just, it's too beige. I'm not a beige person, right? Oh my word. I'm on like my 4th spool of beige ribbon. So I like it when stuff matches. And who knew? I guess we needed another neutral, and I didn't even have any idea until it was here, and now I can't quit using it. Beige, all the things. All right, so beige ribbon is wrapped around the hinge side of the interior card, and you can go ahead and put a little mini glue dot right under that knot so it will stay where you want it to stay instead of having a mind of its own. What else do we do here? All right, I think we're ready to decorate. Well, let's get the stamping over with, right? Just in case I screw up. It could happen. It could happen. So I'm going to stamp the bird's nest, or the birdhouse if you have the birdhouse set, dead center in the inside of the card, and then I've also stamped it on a piece of scratch paper. And then my second sentiment for the inside, I'm putting up and out of the way so that my birds can be down here as well. I think that's all we need to stamp. Right, so at this point, if you did not have birds pre-cut, this would be the point to go ahead and make your birds. I am going to color my nest here with some Crumb Cake blends. Crumb Cake is a great dark khaki color, kind of a craft color. And I'm just whipping some on there on both of these. I think this set is so pretty. It's not often that I like all of the images in a stamp set. Sometimes I come to appreciate them later as I'm designing. But this one, I was like, I like every stamp in that set. It is a must-have, that Everyday Details stamp. There's some little leaves here. So I'm catching those with my Soft Seafoam Blends marker. You can see I don't feel the need to be super precise with this, because it's kind of a sketchy watercolory look for my birds and my bird's nest. So my kind of watercoloring, right? My kind of coloring where you don't have to be too precise, right? Okay, and then you may have noticed my little eggs are extremely pale blue. And I just took a blending brush with some, what color is this? Azure Afternoon, I believe it is. I didn't even dip it in the ink pad again. I just used what was already on the brush and took the white off those eggs so that they stand out. Okay. All right, let's cut this. Hand cutting. Do you love it? Do you hate it? I would not want to do it like for my Christmas cards where I have to have hundreds, but I don't mind it for individual cards. Oh, I just stabbed myself. Am I bleeding? Nope. Okay. These are really, really sharp scissors. They're called paper snips, but they should be called deadly paper snips because they're so sharp. But they really are the best for hand cutting because they're so incredibly sharp. And they can get in all those little nooks and crannies. In our case, there's a lot of little leaves here. There we go. Yeah, when you're in the mood to hand cut all the things, right? And just keep them in a little baggie or a little container on your desk because you will be so happy you did some extra next time you go to make a quick card and everything's cut out already for you. I can't hand cut too much or my right hand goes numb. Isn't that annoying? I can feel it tingling right now just doing these. There we go. I've got my nest. And that is going to go on the front of our card. Let me hold it down here with the stamp. Right here. And I love to mention, this is a thick card. You're going to need an extra stamp. So just resign yourself to that fact, right? Or hand deliver it. Hand delivery is better anyway because they can open it in front of you and then everybody oohs and ahs and they pass it around and they open and close your fancy folds and people are like, you made that? You're a genius. And life is good. Oh, you know what? I always put that down before I put my linen thread on there. So let me just ball up some linen thread here. And see if I can get under there. I can. I love putting a little bit of this linen thread. It's basically twine, but it's a linen textured twine. That screwed up. Okay, hang on. Try this again. Anyway, I love putting this on with the nest because to me it just totally complements the twiggy feel of the nest and softens up the nest image. There we go. We're manhandling our twine till we get it where we want it, and then we'll come back in there and stick it down. Whoops. Got an extra mini dimensional in there where it doesn't belong. Let me pull that out. There we go. Now it's not going anywhere. Anyway, I just love the way that looks around the nest. It really makes it look kind of realistic. Like twigs are coming out of it. Okay, here's our first birdie then. And I actually cut these out with my scanning cut machine. It's a Brother product. Love that. But it didn't cut as close as I wanted to my birdie. So I'm going to still go back in and hand cut my little birdie. There we go. Like I said, this paper's retired, but you can use any paper. And I'm putting that bird in, covering up the eggs. Like the eggs are not there. The eggs are, I guess I colored them for no reason then, didn't I? Our bird is just sitting in a nest waiting for her big day. Okay, so that's the front. And then I have a few of the classic matte dots, which the vanilla ones are actually perfect for beige paper. So I've got a little line there, and that just adds a little texture up here. Obviously the main point of our card is down here. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's take another birdie couple here. And we're just tucking them together because they're getting lovey-dovey. Ha ha ha, they're birds. Huh, funny. They're lovey-dovey. I'm sorry, the puns are bad today. The only thing about these two birds is make sure they're not visible when the card is closed. When I made this sample card to begin with, I stamped a nest here, and I ended up having to cover it with an extra piece of paper because my nest showed under here and it just looked terrible. So we're using little birdies instead. And then again, this is from my scrap pile. I have just some leftover leaves that were cut from something or other. And I'm just going to tuck those in just to play up the texture. Let's give the birdies something to stand on. They're hovering in the air here. They're on a little branch, a little beige branch. And then in our inside we have our proud parent birds. And I'm going to trim around them a little more closely. We got the proud papa here and the exhausted mother. And they are so proud of their nest full of pretty little blue eggs. So what do you think? What will you use this nested card fold for? Do you have a wedding coming up maybe? Or a really special birthday, like a milestone birthday maybe? These fancy folds, you can use them for everyday things, but it sure is fun when you have an extra special occasion to use a fancy fold. Am I right? Looks like I used dimensionals on the birdies too. We are just all about the dimensionals today. Pop that puppy up. Cute, cute, cute. There's the mama. Here's the papa. Bonus, I can put him over that mess I made there when I was stamping the twigs. Cute! How fun is that? So no pun intended, this is the nested front fancy fold. Super easy to do. And first, I have to show you the card I was inspired by. This was from my friend Christine. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Hers opens this way, which actually makes a lot of sense, right? But when I was doing it, I thought, I think it'd be fun if it opened this way. So that's how I came up with that one. She did a really cute job with the Mediterranean Blooms stamp set, papers, dies. This is even an embossing folder back here. Really great card. So thanks for the idea, Christina. I really appreciate that. And there's my version. And again, that was the Everyday Details stamp set, the Country Woods paper, and all of it is available at alyssa.stampinup.net. So let me know if I can help you, send you a catalog, point you to my host code for the month, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but I would be more than happy to help you. And if you are watching this on July, what's today? July 24th, it is free shipping day from Stampin' Up! July 24th, 2024. They've extended our free shipping day from yesterday because we had those technical difficulties. I guess the world is having internet outages right now, which is a real drag. But anyway, free shipping today only through midnight Mountain Time. All right, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Leave me a comment and let me know if you're enjoying these live videos every Wednesday at noon Central. Talk to you soon.